So my dad came out to Wisconsin this weekend to help me get my garage tore down. We decided that we're going to start with the shingles first, kind of work reverse order of how a building is put together. We started with the ridge first, taking it off, and we tried a couple ways to see what the cleanest and fastest way would be to tear this building apart. What you'll see here in the next couple videos is that we initially started trying to do shingle by shingle like this, and we eventually make our way inside by tearing some boards off so we can work inside safely and more effectively.
Alright, so it got downright freezing last night, but before then, got the shingles off on one side and started to pry some boards off, and we will continue doing that this morning, get the other side done, take the roof to the dump, and we'll be good to go. So let's get to it.
So you can see here we brought the scaffolding inside, and luckily my garage is small enough that we could easily poke our heads through the top once we remove the first couple layers of the boards. If you do have to tear down a smaller building or even a bigger one, I would highly recommend trying to set it up where you can do it this way. It makes the process much faster and much easier, and you can see we can quickly just work down where we knock the shingles off, push them off the side, then we grab the boards, pull them up, trying to save the wood and board out this building, and we can quickly run through this entire build. So me and my dad were able to drop all of the shingles and garbage wood off to the dump. You can see all we have left are just the exposed rafters up top. But in my mind, this was going to be the hardest part just because it was a little dangerous. Shingles were old and slippery. But you can see all we have to do next is start taking the siding off. And the plan is to try to do a board at a time so we can save all this good siding and make sure that we keep as much of the good wood as we possibly can. And you can see a little more natural light inside here, and once we get done with that part, we will start taking the rest of the building down from there. So let's get to it. Alright, so we got about a full day plus a couple hours last night into this thing, and honestly progress is going pretty good. Saving a lot of the wood. The crazy thing about this is that this thing is made entirely out of cedar. The boards, the roof, the siding, this thing is all cedar. So that's why we're going through trying to save board by board, because you guys know wood is crazy expensive right now, and because of that I'm trying to keep everything nice and clean. The other super cool thing about this is that we found the old building permit for this thing, and this garage is the original garage from 1959. So this thing is 61 years old, well 62 years old about. Super cool to find. But we'll get to more tomorrow and hopefully have this thing completely tore down by the end of the day. got my dad finishing up the last little bit of siding here. All that came off super easy. All cedar siding, tongue and groove. A lot of good stuff to keep. Now we just got to clean up and we'll move on to the roof. And you can see that we had a couple of shelves to take out. We ended up saving these to put the good wood on as we sorted through it. And then we just started with the rafters first. I was on the scaffolding while my dad was cutting them. Quick and easy process. Let us get through this part of the project fairly quickly without much issues.
All right, day 2 of the garage demo done. You can see how we got left our walls. So finished up the last 2 sides of the cedar siding. Spent a bunch of time today pulling nails out so we have some good cedar siding we can use for projects in the future. We've been cleaning up a little bit and got a storage area of all cedar 2x4s that we pulled off the rafters. And we're gonna do the same thing for the rest of this. But you can see, making pretty good headway. Not much left to do, just gotta drop the walls. And then I can call my demo guy to get the concrete out of here, get the area surveyed, get the forms in, and we can get our slab poured for our metal building. So just about a half day left and we'll have this thing finished up. All right, so it took about 2 full days and a little extra to get it there, but we got the entire garage finished. You can see I got the sand rail back in there, but we're down to concrete. So now all I got to do is call my concrete guy, get him in here to bust it up and prep the site. But you can see by doing it a board at a time, we were able to save a ton of cedar 2x4s, and I'll have enough for any project that I need to do in the future. And along with that, I got a few more boards to pull nails out of as well, but the ones that I have finished up so far are sitting over here. And you can see we have a lot of good cedar tongue and groove siding that we can use for other projects in the future. But that was the demolition of my garage. So if you have any comments or questions about the process we went through, let me know in the comments below. And as always, like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.